Hello and welcome to Sport Vibes on DNTWOK. My name is Bolaji Alimi, the Sport Pilot, and I am your host. Yet again, I have the privilege of taking you around the enjoyable, entertaining world of sports. But one thing about this channel is the fact that we do not only entertain ourselves with the stories emanating from the world of sports, we pride ourselves in taking life lessons from these stories that emanate. Lessons I can apply to my own life in other endeavors, and lessons you can apply as well. So stay tuned and get set for this ride. Welcome back to Sport Vibes on DNTWOK. The world of football gets our attention this time around. Of course, we are in its season, and definitely this is a sport that we have utmost respect for on Sport Vibes. Definitely you'd agree with me that we take as many sports as possible on Sport Vibes, and as much as possible we ensure we make it known that no sport is less than the other. They all deserve our respect. But definitely right now we're considering football because it is season, and you want to consider several updates emanating from that world, a very interesting one. But our focus will fix our gaze this time around on the match that happened in the Premier League over the weekend. So talking about Chelsea up against Tottenham Hotspur live from the Stamford Bridge. Of course, the game ended 2-2 with several dramatic scenes on and off the pitch, as you would expect from a normal Chelsea versus Tottenham match. This is a match that has given us, I'm talking about the fixture Chelsea against Tottenham. With history, when you look through history, you see that this is a match that has produced classics in the Premier League, and this time around the last one did not fail us, as well as there were a lot of drama on the pitch and off the pitch. I want to talk about the fact that the two coaches were sent off the sidelines before the end of the match, several outbursts from players, and several other things. But our entire focus for now will not be on all the drama, but on the fact that the scoreline was actually favorable to Tottenham Hotspur, because when you're talking about this time in the season, you're talking about two potential title rivals, or at least competing for the title. Maybe along the line, one or both of them may fall short, but definitely, you know, when you're talking about Tottenham Hotspur right now, of course, this is a club that has been considered as also rants in the past. They try and just show off, but they flatter to deceive at the end of the season. But this time around, there's something peculiar about Tottenham Hotspur, about their new coach, Antonio Conte, who is known as a serial winner all across the leagues he's been. We want to talk about Juventus, talk about Chelsea themselves, you know, winning the Premier League in his first season with Chelsea, and doing quite a lot of things good for himself while he was with Chelsea. Of course, that relationship did not end so well as both parties would have wanted, but you still want to talk about the fact that Antonio Conte remains in history as one of those coaches that has made a mark on the history of the Premier League, and of course in the history of Chelsea Football Club. So now, our attention on the match itself. Chelsea 2, Tottenham Hotspur 2. Of course, a lot of drama, as I mentioned earlier, but I just want us to link this to the fact that there is reward in waiting and being patient. We've talked about this time and again. I want to talk about the period during which the Nigerian national football team employed a new coach. You know, we've painted this story with different pictures, but this time around, this is yet another opportunity for us to drum it in, because it's really bears repeating that whatever is worth achieving, whatever will be worth celebrating by the whole world, is worth waiting for. And there might, not even might, there will definitely be a lot of trials, temptations along the line, because I'm linking that to our lives now and going away from football, generally speaking. You see, Tottenham Hotspur has been that team that everybody has, in the past, at one point or the other, had high hopes for. They've had quite a number of exciting players, but they've never really been able to come together as a team to win a trophy for a long time. I want to talk about the Carling Club in the year 2008 as their last major title. They have a serial winner in the coach, and the team is looking really tantalizing. So you want to talk about their front line, well loaded, a lot of depth in the squad. Of course, they'll be competing in the Champions League this time around. And let's start our lesson, the story from there, because when Tottenham Hotspur employed Antonio Conte, sacking their former coach Nuno Espirito Santo, it did not really click immediately, as it is the case with many other clubs. So there was a lot of endurance for them to yet again exercise. At some points, the coach was ranting, even threatening to quit the club as early as that. Don't forget, Antonio Conte joined Tottenham Hotspur midway through last season, and he did not really start the season with them. But nonetheless, regardless of all the trials and challenges they faced, this man is back, doing well for the team. Of course, it's still very early stages in the season. It's still early to say this is the potential winner of the Premier League. You've got Man City, you've got Chelsea themselves. You've also got Liverpool. You want to talk about some clubs like Arsenal also doing well for themselves on their own end. So it's still very, very early to call shots, but definitely the early signs are encouraging for Tottenham Hotspur. Talk about the level of grit, the exercise. Chelsea, of course, not a mean team to face as well. And this is the story we're trying to paint here again, that it pays to wait. Conte, Tottenham Hotspur has gone through a lot of experiences, from Mauricio Pochettino to Jose Mourinho, Espirito Santo, a lot of coaches, some coming behind the scene as interim managers, a lot of experiences under these managers. You might even want to go further back to Harry Redknapp and some coaches they've had in the past, but the success has not just been there. Talking about success in terms of winning a major trophy that befits the club and the kind of state-of-the-art stadium they've got right now. An amazing fan base, a club that has been consistent through the years in keeping that top level and having very, very great players, the likes of Gareth Bale, Emmanuel Adebayo. These are players, Jermaine Defoe, these are players that have applied their trade across the North London side. So finally this time around, a lot of people are starting to believe, including their fans and even the neutrals, that Tottenham has gotten a chance this time around. And so that brings us to the story yet again. I would say it's all about waiting, it's all about patience. Many a times what you expect to see in a certain endeavor, in a journey, is not what you see immediately you get into it. You thought it would be a smooth trip, no itchies, no stumbling blocks, but definitely these things are there to build us, to shape us into better people, because many a times the success we intend to achieve at certain levels of our lives, at certain stages, we are not matured enough for them. So these fiery moments of life that really comes to prune us are those things that are shaping us into the kind of image, into the kind of person and vessel that can receive the blessings we all hope for. So many times, even the word of God says that we should count it all joy when we fall into diverse temptations. Tottenham Hotspur definitely have been an epitome of temptations in the past. A lot of trials, a lot of mockery from their North London rivals, some of which has really reduced drastically in the previous years. A lot of celebration when Tottenham fails to make top four, but those things have reduced definitely now. And you would want to argue that they seem to be the better of the two. Of course, that's up for debate, but you want to mention the fact that Arsenal are doing well for themselves too as well. But our own focus for now is on Tottenham Hotspur, and what a great club this team looks like right now. We're saying looks like because nothing has been achieved yet. It's still too early, but definitely, as I said earlier, the early signs are encouraging. For you and me, the early signs are encouraging as well, regardless of what you are seeing right now. Just believe and trust in God. It's all working together for your good, so keep fighting. Do not give up, do not back down. Those things are not happening to you, they are happening for you. So wish Tottenham Hotspur the best of luck, as with several other clubs in the Premier League, as they continue to fight for several titles across the season. And don't forget, as you continue to fight for that goal you wish to attain, that target, do not back down. A lot of challenges may come on the way, but just ensure God is on your side. If the Almighty Jehovah is with you, there is no mountain you cannot mount up, definitely. That's all on Sport Vibes on DNTWOK this week. My name remains Bolaji Alimi, the Sport Pilot. Do well to join us next time, and don't forget, that situation is not happening to you, it's happening for you. Bye for now. Thank you so much for watching Sport Vibes on DNTWOK. If you enjoyed the video, ensure you subscribe, like, and share the video. Thank you.